ゲームの時間だ。
Okay guys, Will Smurf here. I am now playing with this Dusk. Dusk, for those who don't know, Dusk is a Filipino player, and he is regarded as one of the best players in this game. And in my humble opinion, he's like the #1 player in this game, and he's the #1 player in this game for a long time. I think I met him in, I don't know, 2022 or something like that, and I have been like friends with him ever since. Of course, only through the internet. I don't know him personally. And now I'm going to play Serpent with Serpent game against him. And just for you to know, like I said, Dust is for me the best player in this game. This is just my opinion. I have seen a lot of players, and he's really good. And he knows all weaknesses, strengths, like a pro should do. He is very good at microing. And now I'm going to play Serpent with Serpent match against him. If you see on the HUD, you can see it is currently 1.59.1. This is the newest version of the game, and at 1.59, the Serpent Tower got buffed. Nowadays, if you use the charge of the Serpent Tower, the tower charge forces the units that get charged to run. You can't to walk. I'm sorry, you can't run with them anymore. So it means that the Serpent Tower is actually now more powerful and more useful. And yes, and we are Serpent with Serpent, and I'm going to rush him. As you can see, I tried rushing him with Double Sword. If you don't know, Double Sword is the rush tactic again when you play Serpent with Serpent. If you are a Serpent player and you see that your enemy who's also a Serpent rushes you with 2 sword, your goal is to go tower, because otherwise you're going to get shredded. Yeah. Like I said, Dusk is a very good player, but it doesn't mean that I can't win against him. It's like, I don't know, the last time I remember playing with him in 1.5.8.3. I played with him like, I don't know, 8 or games like that, or like 9 games, and I won like 3 out of those 9 or 8 games, and I can win against him, but he's just a better player, to make it as simple as possible. But he's not unbeatable. Dusk is also one of the reasons how I got better in this game. When I first met him, I asked him many questions regarding this game, about strategies, about this and that, and everything related to this game. And he's, for the most of the time, actually a very nice person. You can ask him anything, and if he's like in a good mood, like most of the time, he will answer you, and he will give you a very good answer. So there's basically no bad luck here. There's only 2 players playing against each other. And yeah, I consider him like a friend now, because I have known him since like 2022 or 2021.
Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ja, Fürst.
Die Schlange befiehlt.
Yeah. In the beginning, I tried rushing him with Double Sword. After I saw that he towered, of course I had to cancel my rush, because if I would continue rushing him, his tower, I would get my units would get killed. And now both of us are going to go for horses as soon as possible. And he has horses now. I have horses now. You can see the brown dots on the map are disappearing, which is a sign the horses have been taken, because the brown dots on the map are the horses. And horses are very important in Valorant, because horses will give you anything. It will give you a very good trampling battle gear that you can use in order to have a good area of attack, battle gear.
Ich eile.
And now I'm trying to, let's say, pursue or poke it on his units. That one horse is going to die because he has no stamina. I can't, no. And the horse is going to die. And as you can see, there are still horses in the map. And I'm going to collect the last horses here.
Ja, mein Fürst.
I didn't fully see who got more horses, he or me. I think he got a little bit more horses, but I have enough too. And the first thing I'm doing after
Ja, Fürst. Schon
got
unterwegs,
all the
Meister.
horses I need, I'm going to go tower,
Erwartet eure Strafe.
because after you take the horses, you never know when he's going to attack or if he's going to rush to keep.
Schlange.
Of course, we can go scout, which
Ja,
I
mein Fürst.
often do in most of the
Natürlich,
games, like you should. Yeah.
Ja, Fürst.
And now I destroyed the tavern, which is not needed anymore, because in the beginning I tried rush to swords, as you saw, but now it only takes too much space and I destroyed it.
Ja, mein Fürst.
And after the tower, the next thing I'm going to do is now getting a bathhouse, so I can get geishas.
Jagt unsere Feinde.
Schlange. Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ja, Fürst.
Now I'm going to mix things up. I'm going to
Schlange.
I'm going to get horses for my peasants, and as you can see, Dusk is over there, and he has a crossbow man on the horse. He's basically only going to scout
Schon
what I'm going to
unterwegs,
do.
Meister. Ja, mein Fürst.
Bin schon unterwegs.
So soll es geschehen. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ja,
Ja.
mein Fürst.
Ich folge der
As you can see, I have horses now on the rice field, and you can see one peasant is idle. I'm not going to. I don't notice. I don't seem to notice it. One peasant is idle, which shouldn't be the case.
Ziel erfasst.
Ideally, you should always
Ja, Fürst. Schlange. Ja,
all
mein
peasants
Fürst.
should always be at work doing something.
Der Sieg ist
And now he's going to scout further, or just troll, or just poke. I think he's going to try to lure my units out in the open and try to trample me. But as you can see, I'm protected by the tower, and as long as I have tower and ranged units,
Schon unterwegs, Meister.
nothing can happen to me.
Ja, Fürst. So soll es geschehen.
Gehen wir.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Schlange. Ja, mein Fürst.
Yeah, he comes back.
Der Sieg ist unser.
Yeah, he tries to scout and poke or troll. Yeah, like I said, I think he's going to try lure me into the open to trample me.
Ich eile. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ich eile.
And the next thing I'm going to do is
Ich eile.
I'm going to get more and more geishas, because geishas on horse are very important.
Mein Fürst.
And most of the units that had horses now are going to give it to the geishas, so the geishas will be at horses.
Ich eile. Ja, Fürst.
Horses are very important. Geishas, it's very important that the geishas are the ones who mount the horse, who ride the horse, because if a geisha walks to a person in order to heal him, she's going to lose stamina. And if she's riding a horse, only the horse is going to lose stamina if she runs to him.
Befiehlt. Schlagen wir ein paar
And yeah,
Köpfe
and
ein.
as you can see in the beginning, I tried to rush him, and he towered. He was the one who towered first, but now I'm going to play more defensive. I have now bandits with paralyzed dart, and yeah, as I saw, he tried to lure me into the open and trample me, but I have mines, I have the paralyzed darts of bandits, and it means that I can play defensive, and I won't let him trample me or attack me or kill my army.
Schlagen wir ein paar Köpfe
Yeah.
ein.
As you can see, he's also a very smart player. He tried to
Unterwegs, Meister. Ja, Fürst.
to explode the mines I set with a crossbow man,
Ja, mein Fürst.
but I'm not going to fall for his tactics now.
Weist mir den Weg. Ziel erfasst. Gehen wir. wir sie ein wenig. Schnell und
I
sicher.
just set one mine, like one. I think I'm going to set one mine here, just in case.
Schlagen wir ein paar Schädel ein. Ärgern wir sie ein wenig.
No, I got
Euch, mein Fürst.
that one with that.
Ich gehorche, mein Fürst.
Vernichten wir sie. Sie sollen meine
Yeah.
Macht zu.
He lost one horse eventually and lost.
Lasst uns ein bisschen
And now
Spaß
you can see
haben.
his units coming. He's going to trample my peasants. Yeah,
Ich folge der Schlange.
I lost 2 or 3
Ich diene nur
peasants.
euch,
Yeah, it
Meister.
was a very good move.
Ja, mein Fürst.
He distracted me, my main army,
Macht ihn
and
mal Feuer.
used that moment to trample my peasants who were of course vulnerable.
Ärgern wir sie ein wenig.
Yeah.
Schon unterwegs, Meister.
I think I lost 2 or 3
Wie
peasants.
gewünscht.
He lost, I think, if I saw it right, 2
Lasst uns ein bisschen
crossbowmen, 2
Spaß
units.
haben. Die Schlange befiehlt.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Bin schon unterwegs.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it. After I got my geishas, I built a metal shop, because metal shop is one of the buildings you need in order to have keep. After you got horses, most of the time serpent players when players play serpent with
Schnell
serpent,
und sicher.
there's not much action going on until you have keep, because everyone knows that keep, or let's say, yeah, keep or Wetkin is one of the big game changers. He realized that I'm going to play defensive from now on. That's why I have paralyzed darts, and as long as I have geishas on horse, towers, and paralyzed darts, he can't rush me or win with me in an open field unless both of us have the keep or
Ziel
Wetkin.
erfasst.
Ja, Meister.
Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Yeah, and that move that he did there,
Natürlich, Herr.
that he tried, that he trampled my peasants who were distracted.
Schon
It was
unterwegs,
a very good move,
Meister.
and as you can see, this is one of the many reasons I constantly praise Dusk, because he's a very smart guy, and you can see it by the way he talks and by the way he plays. He's also actually a good guy if he's on a good day. Of course, every time, sometimes. Yeah. Now he's going to. You see, he was faster than me. He got his Wetkin out faster than me, but I have paralyzed darts, and his Wetkin, he ultimately successfully used Wetkin's battle gear, which is Bravado, which takes all stamina away, but he couldn't do anything with it because he doesn't have enough army. He rushed keep faster than me, but it didn't give him any big advantage because he may have keep earlier, but I have more units, and paralyzed darts with paralyzed darts can stop Wetkin easily, like I can stop any other units, and yeah, and I have also cannoneers which deal blunt damage, which is Wetkin's main weakness, alongside magic.
Schnell und sicher. Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
Schon
Yeah.
unterwegs, Meister.
But now I
Ja,
have to
Fürst. Ja,
get
mein Fürst.
also keep. I have to rush keep now too,
Ich eile.
or I have
Ja,
to
Fürst.
let's say I have to get keep also.
Ein bisschen
I have
Spaß
also
haben.
built.
Weist
I
mir
have
den
also
Weg.
the need to build keep now, because if I don't have keep as soon as possible, he has a big advantage over me, because then he will have keep and more units.
Lasst uns ein bisschen Spaß
And he's
haben.
now trying to either, let's say, he's going try to poke and try to lure me into a trap.
Schlange.
But as long as I'm protected by towers, like I said, and by paralyzed darts, he can't do anything. Because he realizes if he tries to use bravado,
Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
if he tries
Ja,
to use
Fürst.
bravado, he has to come near to me, and that is not possible if I'm protected by poison paralyzed darts. Now I'm building keep, as you can see.
Ich eile. Ja,
Ja.
Fürst.
Yeah, some of you may have complained that Serpent isn't as good anymore as it used to be in the original version of Battle Rams, which is the legacy version.
Ich eile.
In all honesty, But Serpent as a clan gets very good if the moment you have the keep, because Serpent has, in my opinion, one of the best, or let's say the best heroes, or let's say Zen Masters. We call them Zen Master and Belrams, Zen Masters. In my opinion, Vetkin, for example, is the most useful Zen Master in the game, because he can literally take stamina away. And stamina is very important for literally most of the battle gears, and it can slow down units. It can slow down units. You can do so many things with him, and he's very, very important. He's also always for most of the time the number one pick. If you have keep, he's always the first Zen Master that you have to bring out in most cases. For example, for especially against Lotus Clan. Yeah, and also the good thing about Vetkin is Vetkin for the most part costs mostly water, which is which is easier to collect than rice. That's a good thing. As you can see, and now I have Vetkin out, and now I have Vetkin out, I can actually try to let's say have a chance with him to win with him over in the open field, because as you can see, after he towered in the first minutes, I also had to after I collected horses, I had to go into defensive play, and theoretically now I have the opportunity to win over him in the open field. I'm going to give more and more horses for the Geishas. Yeah. I can see his units coming. He's going to set up mines. And first of all, I'm going to scout. I don't use Browder yet. Yeah. He has a watchtower over there. And now I'm also going to set my units near. But I have to be careful, because let's say endgame Serpent is like how it's hard for me to describe. Endgame Serpent resorts everything around who uses Vetkin's Bravado better, who tramples better, and who uses Utaro better. I'm going to. Yeah. Killed one of me.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Schnell und sicher. Macht ihn mal Feuer. Attacke.
Auf geht's. Sofort.
Yeah. I'm going to. Yeah. And now you can saw. I used Vetkin better than him. I disabled his Vetkin. I knew that he was going to hide his Vetkin, and I disabled him because I walked a little bit away with my Vetkin. And what I'm also doing, I also try to paralyze his Zen Masters for especially Vetkin. I disabled his Vetkin too, but I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't trample him. Yeah. Paralyzed darts is very, very important, especially in endgame gameplay, when you play Serpent with Serpent, because it gives you the ability to stop his Zen Master for a second and land the hit on your own.
Ja, Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Yeah.
Ich eile. Natürlich, Herr. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Verbreiten wir Chaos.
Sofort.
Yeah. As you can see him, he's going to build a tower over there. I'm going to try to deny it.
Ich eile.
I always try to hide my Vetkin a bit so he can't see where I'm going to hit. Where I'm going to hit him with Vetkin. Bravado. Yeah. When you play Serpent endgame, you always have to be very careful. You have to look where his geishas on horse are, where his where his
Euch, Meister.
where his where his Zen masters are, where his Wettkin are, because if you make like one mistake and if he lands one successful attack with Wettkin's bravado and combined with Trample and Utaro, you can basically decide the game. It takes only one good hit and you can call it good game. This is why you have to be careful. This is why I always try to disable his Wettkin and then hit on my own with Wettkin and maybe Trample, and later also with Utaro, which I don't have that. For me, like, making 3 bandits with Paralyzed Start is the minimum. I'm going to build tower. He uses smoke screen. Smoke bombs. Yeah. Yeah. Now he disabled my Wettkin. I failed my Wettkin. I failed to disable him. But both of us, but nothing happened because nobody could land a hit. Yeah. Yeah, I need to be careful with my Cannoneers. While Cannoneers are very, very good when you play Serpent with Serpent in endgame. The thing about Cannoneers is they are weak against blunt, and trampling deals blunt damage. And once Serpent has the trample upgrade, which causes trample to cost less stamina, you can literally land 2 trample hits. And even like 3-4 trample hits can kill a Cannoneer. I think 4 trampling hits can kill a Cannoneer. That's why we have to be careful. This is why I try to place mines on the areas where the Cannoneers should stay. Yeah. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I troll a little bit. I try to hit the ground because Cannoneers weapon have the passive effect that their shots bounce. So basically, if you hit an object, the cannonball moves a bit even further. And even if you hit the ground, sometimes it can still hurt other units of the enemy. And one of the advices I can give is, if you are like in a matchup like this, and if it's endgame Serpent like this, always try to, let's say, how can I say, hide your important units like Wettkin, for example, like I did, and try to disable them and hit on your own. That's the thing I can give. Yeah. He failed his Wettkin, I disabled him, but I also failed my trampling. Now I'm going to try and push a little bit, but I think I'm going to yeah, now. Yeah. Yeah. As you can see, he landed a very, very successful trampling. I made a big mistake by going too much into the open. I should have protected my Cannoneers better with mines and with Wettkin. Wettkin should stay more. Wettkin should have stayed more next to more on my Cannoneers. And I have lost a lot of my Cannoneers and some of my geishas. So now he's in an advantage, I would say, because he has. I didn't saw Utaro yet often, or I think I did saw him. He has more Zen Masters. He has more units. He landed a very successful trampling, which caused a lot of my Cannoneers to die. And now I have to be careful, because if you lose like some units, you can still win at the end, because you can still come back. But at one point, if you lose too much units, and if he has too much, if the difference is too big, then you can't win him anymore, because you can't come back anymore. But I have to be more careful now.
Schnell und sicher. Ziel erfasst. Schnell und sicher. Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Schnell und sicher.
Sofort. Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Ich diene nur euch, Meister.
Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Ziel erfasst. Aufgeladen.
Ich eile. Dauert nur
Now
einen
he's going to
Moment.
set up mines.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
Dusk, it looks like Dusk is now having a mixed army of musketeers and cannoneers.
Schlagen wir ein paar Schädel ein.
Musketeer is nothing that cannoneer can harm because in a 1-1 fight, in a fair fight, cannoneers win against musketeers. And now I'm going to disable some of the mines he set with Wetkin, because as I saw, he doesn't have paralyzed darts, which is personally I don't understand why he doesn't have them. Yeah. Now I landed a very successful hit with Wetkin. I disabled most of his army. But I also lost Wetkin at the same time. So basically nothing happened. Although I landed a very successful bravado with Wetkin, I couldn't make anything of it. And I lost him in the end, so basically literally nothing happened.
Ja, Fürst. Schlange. Natürlich, Herr.
Ja, Meister.
The cannoneers are hitting. The good thing about the cannoneers is they have the bouncing effect.
Weist mir den Weg.
As you can see, the cannonball bounces off and hits even Utara. And now I get my Wetkin back. Because Serpent with Serpent endgame you can't win. You can't win when you don't have Wetkin. Yeah, and this is basically what I'm going to try at the whole the game. I always try to disable his Wetkin and land the successful hit on my own. Now I disabled his army with my Wetkin, while he didn't disable much of my army, only Wetkin. I lost one bandit and one crossbowman, but he's also going to lose Taro now. At this point, the only thing I'm wondering is why doesn't Dusk make bandits with paralyzed dart? Because endgame Serpent with Serpent, you really need them. You really, as you can see, I disabled most of the time. I disabled his Wetkin.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
Yeah. Now he can come and push because he has a little bit more. His army is a little bit bigger than mine. I can see his Wetkin. In my opinion, as much as I respect Dusk, the mistake he does make is he shows his Wetkin too much in the open. That's why I can disable him most of the time. The mistake I am doing is I disable his Wetkin and his army, but I don't land the successful hit on my own. Yeah, I saved my Wetkin.
Aufgeladen.
Yeah.
Ja, Fürst. Schlange. Ja, Fürst.
Schlagen wir ein paar Köpfe ein.
Wie der Blitz.
Yeah.
Schnell.
And now he attacked with his heroes at once. I think I also used Trample by mistake. I don't know. I didn't see it. It went so fast. Yeah, he lost some of his Zen Masters, most of them, and I also moved with my cannoneers for I pressed the wrong button. pressed the wrong button. It was my mistake, and I also lost my Wetkin because of it. Yeah. Both of us did some weird moves.
Ärgern wir sie ein wenig.
Mine was my mistake.
Spaß haben. Aufgeladen.
Nur für euch. Für euch, mein Fürst.
Gehen wir. Verbreiten wir Chaos. Ziel erfasst.
Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ich eile.
Zu Befehl.
I deserve better. Must I?
Yeah. Enemies are hitting from the tower, and he is coming closer.
Lasst uns ein bisschen Spaß
Yeah,
haben.
he has many musketeers.
Schlagen wir ein paar
In my opinion, it would be better when you play endgame Serpent with Serpent. It would be better to spam cannoneer to mass out cannoneers. The only thing is, if you mass out cannoneers, cannoneers can be countered by crossbowmen, especially if you pair crossbowmen with their battle gear weakness board, because in a 1v1 fight, crossbowmen will win over
Ja, meine Schlange.
cannoneers. Yeah, and now what I'm doing is as you guys know, I love to type sometimes, maybe just not sometimes. I point out that in the Serpent endgame game, I always, for the most part, win over Wacko. As you guys know, Wacko, he's like that crazy Italian player, which I always love to play 1v1 with, and I always beat his ass for the most of the time, even if he doesn't admit this.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Mein
Yeah.
Gift war
I also made one crossbowman with weakness board, because they are very important.
ihn mal Feuer.
You need, in my opinion, you need at least one or
Weist mir
two,
den Weg.
so you can basically
Feuer.
pinpoint
Ziel
kill
erfasst.
other
und
units of
sicher.
him.
Ziel erfasst. Bin schon unterwegs.
What I should be doing also is, yeah, I'm also trying to deny tower of him without trying to lose units.
Euch, mein Fürst.
Yeah.
Ja, Meister.
But it didn't like it burn.
Fine.
Yeah.
Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
I deserve
Yeah.
better.
Now I landed a very successful Utaro and Wetkin. I disabled his army. I disabled his army and I landed a very successful Utaro combo.
I deserve better.
I think he didn't expect that, because my Utaro combo came out from afar. He didn't see it coming, and he didn't react to it.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Yeah, he lost a great portion of his army. My attack was very successful. Yeah, now he's coming with his Wetkin. Yeah, he disabled my Wetkin and my army, and he's going to trample my cannoneers now. I think now. Yeah,
Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
he disabled my army, but he couldn't make anything of it because he lacks units now. I am now in the advantage, and what I should be do is to advance, because I'm at advantage, as you could see.
Ärgern wir sie ein wenig.
Yeah.
Die Schlange
I think he didn't micro his unit, and that musketeer is going to die. He went to his death basically.
verbreiten wir Chaos.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
Ziel erfasst.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Ja, mein Fürst. Ja, Fürst. Schlange.
Für euch, mein Fürst. Ich diene nur euch, Meister.
Aufgeladen. Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Schnell und sicher. Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Macht ihn mal Feuer. Aufgeladen.
Yeah,
Ziel
I
erfasst.
reset my mines. I also got a Geisha with Dark Pact.
Schon
It is a battle
unterwegs,
gear
Meister.
that lowers the health of your own units, but it increases the armor of all of the affected units by 25%. The battle gear was much more useful in the it was much more useful before. I think in
Sofort.
prior to
Schnell
1.5.3,
und sicher. Weist mir
um,
den Weg.
the duration was longer, but it got reduced sadly.
So
And now
schnell
it isn't
ich
much
kann.
used anymore, sadly. I think the battle gear is, almost,
Euch, mein
I
Fürst.
hardly see the battle gear getting used. Sadly, it was very useful, and it was, let's say, not very, but it was useful. And now Dusk got bandits with paralyzed darts on its own. He realized that without the paralyzed darts, he can't win in an open field.
Nur einen Moment.
Ziel
Because
erfasst.
I can always, no, I did a mistake.
Macht ihn mal
Yeah,
Feuer.
I brought my
Schießt sie ab.
Ja, meine
I brought my cannoneers out in the open and left them too much in the open, and he killed I would say he killed more than half of my cannoneers for literally nothing. It was a micro mistake I did.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Weist mir den
I
Weg.
also always, if you have like vulnerable troops, you always need to make sure they are protected by anything like tower or heroes or no. But I'm going to hit back, I'm going to, yeah. I landed a very successful Utaro. I killed most of his musketeers back. Big action going on. Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
immer
His trampling was very successful. My Utaro was also very successful. Both of us landed very great attacks. And the game is
Ziel erfasst.
very intense gaming. Now,
I deserve better.
both of us now are going to try to get an advantage over each other.
Ärgern wir sie ein wenig. Gehen wir. Vernichten wir sie. Attacke. Schlagen wir ein paar Köpfe
Ja.
ein.
Now I need to make sure not to give him an opening.
für euch, mein Fürst. Ich diene nur euch, Meister. Ja, meine Schlange.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
I got my Vetkin back.
Gehen wir. Lasst
Like
uns
I
ein
have
bisschen Spaß
again
haben.
3 bandits with
Ich eile.
paralyzed
Ja,
darts.
mein Fürst.
Like 3 bandits with paralyzed darts is just a number I came up with.
Für
You can make
euch,
any
mein
amount,
Fürst.
but let's say 3 is the minimum, and it also shouldn't be more like
Ja, Fürst.
when you play Serpent with Serpent endgame, like 3 should be enough. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend going like more than that, like 4, 5. I think 5 is too much.
Macht ihn mal Feuer.
Yeah.
Ja, Meister.
Fine.
Ich lebe
Yeah.
euch.
I try to separate my heroes for a reason, not only to land, not only to surprise attack him,
Ich diene
so he
nur
doesn't see
euch, Meister.
where my heroes are coming from, but also if theoretically he would land a clean bravado of Redkin, and if he would be able to disable my army, I could always land at least a successful hit with Utaro combo. This is why I try to separate the both
Schon
heroes.
unterwegs, Meister.
Redkin
Ja,
and
Fürst.
Utaro should be separated in most cases, of course.
Ja,
Of course, it
mein
depends, but in most
Fürst.
cases
Ja,
it should be
Fürst. Schlange. Ja,
should be
Fürst.
separated.
Natürlich,
Now
ja.
I'm going to further to him because
Schnell und
he's,
sicher.
as you can see, he is always closer to my base, and I don't like that.
Schnell und
I
sicher.
want to push him a bit away.
Weiß
I'm going
mir
to
den
use
Weg.
smoke bombs.
Macht ihn mal Feuer.
Yeah,
Schon
and he
unterwegs,
tries to
Meister.
attack
Ich eile.
now with his musketeers,
Ja, mein Fürst.
and I'm going to, yeah. As you can see, he has one bandit ready next to his musketeers, so he can disable my Stand Masters like I did on him.
Ja.
And I'm going to attack, surprise attack his towers with raiders. I'm going to burn them.
Bin schon unterwegs. Wie ihr wünscht.
Macht ihn mal Feuer. Weist mir den Weg. Ziel erfasst. Aufgeladen. Weist mir den Weg.
Ja. Keine Gnade. Bin schon unterwegs. Okay.
I'm basically hit and running his
Lautlos wie ein
his towers.
Ich bin schon richtig gespannt.
Ziel
At
erfasst.
this moment, both of us are attacking each other, but nobody can kill a unit.
Auf dem Weg. Vorsicht. Ich eile.
Yeah,
Lautlos
he disabled my Vetkin. He basically lured me and disabled him successfully. Yeah, that crossbowman is going to die because it's too much damage.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Schnell und sicher.
Gehen wir. Bin auf dem Weg. Ja, Fürst.
I need to
Schon
build a
unterwegs,
tower.
Meister.
Ja. Bin schon unterwegs. Immer mit der Ruhe.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
Yeah,
Bin
I'm
auf
going
dem
to
Weg.
now bait him,
Gehen wir.
bait his Vetkin or his bandits.
In Ordnung.
I'm going to try to find an opening.
Bin schon unterwegs. Must
Yeah.
I?
He tried to take stamina away from my Utaro, but it didn't work. Now I killed his Vetkin successfully. We failed his Vetkin.
Aufgeladen. Schießt sie ab.
I deserve better. Fine.
So schnell ich kann. Vernichten wir sie.
Yeah, I tried to use my heroes, but at this point I failed both of my heroes. Well, let's say I failed my weapon, but I landed, let's say, half successful. Yeah, I landed a half successful Utaro. He landed a very successful trampling. As you can see, I did the same mistake. I let my cannoneers too much in the opening while I was controlling my Zen Masters.
In Ordnung.
And yeah, and it is very common in this battle. Up until now, most of the time, his trampling was most of the time very effective, while my tramplings were not effective. And while his Zen Master his Wetkin and his Utaro failed mostly. I landed successful Utaro and Wetkin hits. And now I need to set mines again, and I need to push. But I lost many of my cannoneers. This is why I can't push like I want, and I have to get units again. Yeah, I tried to burn. He saw that. I lost one horse and I lost one rider with horse. I tried to take it, but he used it. That raider is going to die for the most part, I think. No. Yes. He will die. I lost raiders. I tried to hit his musketeers. He has necromancer now, as you can see. You can see spirit warriors coming. At this point, I should also have spirit warriors, but I guess I didn't have enough horses to get him out. Now he has an advantage because necromancer isn't as good as, like, let's say, dragon monument from dragon, but of course it gives you an advantage because you get like 3 good units out that you can always resummon, and I don't have them while he has them. Now he has advantage.
Natürlich, Herr. Ja, mein Fürst.
Aufgeladen, bewaffnet und gefährlich.
Now we can always send his spirit warriors to my units, to my base, and lure my bandits out to waste my poison darts on them. Or he can also use them to attack my watchtower. And sadly, I also don't have any units that can badly damage spirit warriors because they are weak against explosive and magic, and I have neither of them. I have only mines, but he needs to step them. And I tried to sneak kill his units with my Utaro, but I only killed one, and I lost my Utaro in the process. It wasn't that good. Yeah. He landed, let's say, a half successful Utaro. It didn't kill much units, but he came near me, and in the process, he's going to lose both. He's going to lose both Taro and Utaro. He lost both of them. So in the end, it didn't give him much. And now he's close to my base, and he tries to disable me. But he lost his weapon too. Now he is without Zen Masters. I am now, I would say, slightly in the advantage, even if he is near my base, because he has no Vetkin. He doesn't have that many bandits. He can't effectively stop me, disable me. And I landed a very good Vetkin. I disabled his musketeers, and my Vetkin survived. He lost some units. In my opinion, he's too much near to my base, in my opinion. I need to bend it. Yeah. I tried to disable him. Yeah. Now this is what I wanted. I wanted to lure his geishas on horse to attack my Redkin. This is why I left Redkin in the opening, and I hit my Utaro, and they attacked from behind, and I landed actually a very good Utaro hit, but it didn't kill much units, but it pushed him back, and now his geishas are wounded, and they have to heal themselves, and they are going to lose stamina. Now he is vulnerable because he doesn't seem to have Redkin again. I'm going to go aggressive mode. I took the stamina. I can try to hit with Utaro. Yeah, I landed another good Utaro hit, but it only seemed to kill like two units of his, and I lost 2 of my Zen Masters, Taro and Utara, so it wasn't that much successful, like I wish it was.
Ja, Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Dauert nur einen Moment. Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
Aufgeladen. Schnell und sicher.
Yeah, I pushed Dusk back a bit. He goes aggressive back.
Ja, meine Schlange.
Ziel erfasst.
Bin auf dem Weg.
Lasst uns ein bisschen Spaß haben.
Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
Schnell und sicher. Macht ihn mal Feuer.
Wie eine Viper.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Yeah, I need Utaro back, and they are back because Utaro, the combination of Taro and Utara are basically one of the strongest weapons Serpent has.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
It is like a little nuke bomb.
Okay, in Ordnung. Keine Gnade.
And now I'm going to try push him back to his base to be more aggressive because I realize I have the advantage now and I should be the one who attacks, and I'm going to exactly do that. But I also need to remember not to go with my cannoneers too much in the opening
Bewaffnet
because
und
he landed
gefährlich. Aufgeladen.
two good
Moment. Sofort.
attacks on my cannoneers. Yeah, and I try to protect my cannoneers better now
Ja, meine
with
Schlange.
mines
Bewaffnet
and
und
with
gefährlich.
Ja,
Redkin.
mein Fürst.
Bin auf dem Weg.
I deserve better. Schnell und sicher. Ziel erfasst. Schnell und sicher. Aufgeladen.
Natürlich, Herr. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Schlange. Natürlich, Herr.
Ja,
Yeah, like I said, I try to hide my Utaro and try to separate Redkin and Utaro. Basically, endgame Serpent is basically it revolves everything, or not everything, but for the most part, it revolves around who uses Redkin better, who uses Utaro better, who lands a better trample. These three, let's say, like how can I say, these 3 things are it revolves everything around that. If you land
Für
better
euch,
hits
mein
than your
Fürst.
opponent, then you can win the game. Because at one point, he can't recover anymore.
Ich diene nur
I disabled his Redkin with Paralyzed Darts and tried to take stamina. I took stamina away. What I want, basically, I want his army to go away from the tower so I can burn it. I think I'm going to lose Redkin. I don't know. No, I saved him. I saved everything. Yeah, I destroyed his tower. I pushed him successfully. Now I tried to run back with cannoneers because I knew he was going to trample again my cannoneers.
Bin auf dem Weg.
As you can see, I'm not going to do the same mistake again.
Aufgeladen.
Ich gehorche
I
dir,
shoot
mein
now. I try to
Fürst.
burn down his tower.
Ziel erfasst.
Yeah.
Aufgeladen.
I want to lure him. Yeah. Fuck. Basically, what I tried to do is I wanted to lure his geishas and horse with Redkin with the cannoneer and try to disable them and try to then use Utaro to kill his geishas, but he escaped and he didn't fall for it. And now we are basically close at each other, attacking each other. As you can see, I have more units now. I have more heroes.
Ja, meine Schlange.
In my opinion, if I see it correct, I'm in the advantage. I have more units.
Schlagen wir ein
I can even go directly next to him.
Mach den mal Feuer.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Aufgeladen. Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Weist mir den Weg.
Ja, Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ich eile. Natürlich, Herr. Ja, mein Fürst.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Ja,
Ja, mein Fürst.
Must I?
bin schon unterwegs.
Schnell und sicher.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
I deserve better.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
So schnell ich kann. Bin auf dem Weg. Sofort.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich. Schnell und sicher.
Yeah. Now he has to retreat back to his base because he sees that he can't take the fight. I have the bigger army, and I try to push now. I try to destroy his towers. In my opinion, I should better ignore the let's say the not important buildings like well and huts and so on. But
Ziel erfasst.
I also have to be careful. I should always let
Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
let Wetkin near my cannoneers so he can't trample me.
Ja, mein Fürst.
In Ordnung.
And now we are at the stage where I can say I have the advantage. I should use it.
Mach den mal
I have a full
Feuer.
army of cannoneers. I have geishas and horse, but even if I don't have many geishas anymore, I lost many of my horses. I also see brown horses, brown dots on the map reappearing. It means horses are reappearing again. I should have taken them again, catch them again. But
Ja, Fürst.
I think I'm too much I am too much focused on pushing further.
Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ich eile. Schon unterwegs,
And he
Meister.
set up traps everywhere. I try to
Natürlich,
not
Herr.
only look with my peasant and try to find a place where I can tower.
Schatten.
But even if I tower, he sees it anyway because
Bin auf dem
he has a hut near my tower now, so he sees that I'm here.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
Gehen wir.
Ja, Fürst.
Tötet sie alle. Keine Gnade. Schnappt sie.
Weist mir den Weg.
Lautlos wie ein
Ja.
Schatten.
Um,
Nur einen Moment.
the peasant died.
Wie ein Schatten.
Means there were musketeers there, shot him.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
And now I have to be careful because if I don't, if I let him land a clear hit on me, I am done for. Even
Sofort. Lautlos
yeah,
wie ein
I tried to disable his army, but I couldn't. He trampled and killed my Wetkin
Schlange schlägt zu.
before I could use bravado. Now I have to go back. So and
I deserve better.
I have to wait for Wetkin to come again because otherwise I can't push.
Schon unterwegs, Meister.
I try to separate also my army again.
Bin schon unterwegs. Tötet sie alle.
Ich eile. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
In Ordnung.
I destroyed his tower because
Ja, mein Fürst.
it was too much. It was too near his. It was too near his
So
units.
schnell ich kann.
I have Wetkin again, and as I have Wetkin again, I can I can fight in the open field again. And as you can see, the raiders are losing the health
Schnell und sicher.
because it means that there are musketeers with sniper scope. And I try to burn
Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
some buildings of them.
Bin auf dem Weg.
I can see his musketeers.
Gehen wir.
Ja, Meister.
Must I?
Ja.
So schnell ich kann.
Schnell und sicher.
Yeah, I tried to disable him Wetkin, but he landed. He paralyzed him. But I used Utaro combo, but I think I only killed one musketeer or something like that, and I lost my Utara.
Ja,
I
Meister.
didn't make much of it,
Sie sollen meine Macht
and I couldn't even kill his Wetkin.
Ein Schatten.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Yeah, for some reason he didn't control his Taro and lost him in the end. I think he just didn't micro him. And I sneaked with my Wetkin and took his stamina away.
Weist mir den Weg. Ziel erfasst.
Sofort.
Schnell und sicher.
Dauert nur einen Moment. Ja, Fürst. Schlange.
Now I have
Ja,
Utaro
das werde
back.
ich tun.
He has Chinja out, and he only uses Chinja to
Auf geht's.
he only has Chinja, I think, to tank
Meister.
my units, to tank
Schnell ich kann.
because Shinja is only weak against explosive, and he saw that I didn't have
Gehorche, mein
many. I didn't
Fürst.
have much units. I didn't have many units that are explosive based, like for example musketeers or
Schon unterwegs,
raiders.
Ja, mein Fürst.
And he can use his Shinja to attack me and to keep me under control or to keep me busy, basically.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Because Shinja is a very. The good thing about Shinja is you can send him like very deep into enemy camp and he will still survive because he's only weak against explosive, and explosive is one of the less, let's say, not so common
Ziel
weaknesses.
erfasst.
The most common weakness is, I think, is cutting.
Wie eine Viper.
No, what I meant is the most explosive is basically one of the weaknesses that isn't one of the damage types that isn't as common. There are not many units that are explosive based, and in addition to that, I don't have many units that are explosive.
In Ordnung. Ja. Bin schon unterwegs. In Ordnung.
What I also should have been doing after I saw that he has Necromancer and Shinja now, I think I also should have gotten more units that are explosive, like musketeers or more raiders, for example. Not only to better burn his base, but also to kill his units better, kill his spirit warriors and his Shinja better. Yeah, and Dusk for some reason didn't micro his Necromancer, like he says. I think he just did a little mistake over there. I don't know why he did that. And now I'm going to write back that for some reason his micro isn't as good as normally it is. Like I said, he's one of the best players, or the best player in my opinion, and he does little mistakes, and he does little to no mistakes. But of course, everyone makes mistakes, as you can saw. I also let my cannoneers get trampled too many times. Yeah, now my Dusk bro is saying he plays relaxed. Yeah,
Kämpfen wir.
as I said, Dusk for the most part is a very nice guy. He doesn't trash talk that much. Only like he's only angry like if you really piss him off.
Schnell und sicher.
Yeah, sometimes he is like, if you play 1v1 with him and if you don't know him, he makes like sometimes let's say, yeah, rude mocks you like that, but it is nothing special. It's like, so no big
In
deal.
Ordnung. Ja.
I deserve better.
Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Ja, meine Schlange. Ja, mein Fürst.
Ziel erfasst. Aufgeladen.
Yeah,
Weist mir
he
den
tries to tank with Shinja, and he sends Spirit Warrior. And like I said, I don't have many explosive based units.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
Now I control my units not that good.
You just fear nothing. I deserve better.
Schnell und leise. Lautlos wie ein
Yeah,
Schatten.
yeah. And now, as you can see, this is the turning point of the game. I sent my Zen Masters, and I couldn't land the clean hit, while he could again land a very successful trampling. And now he is in advantage because he killed a lot of my cannoneers, and I failed my attack. And this moment, basically, in this game now, is a turning point of the game. I would say that in the beginning, in the early game, in the very beginning, he had like a little bit advantage. In the middle game, I had the big advantage, and after this moment where I failed my army, and while he landed a very successful trampling, he got now advantage over me in terms of units. Even if I'm in the middle, he has advantage, and he doesn't. He has advantage now, and he knows that. I failed my Utaro ultra hard. Yeah. He sent his Vetkin and couldn't disable anything. I tried to burn his base from behind.
Aufgeladen.
Kämpfen wir. Bin schon unterwegs. In Ordnung. Wie ihr wünscht. Ja. Bin schon unterwegs. Gehen wir.
Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Natürlich, Herr.
Ja. Bin schon unterwegs.
Gehen wir. Lasst uns ein bisschen Spaß haben.
In Ordnung.
Yeah, I didn't see what he hit my raiders with, but he hit my back.
Weist mir den Weg.
Ja, meine Schlange.
Ärgern wir sie ein wenig. Lasst uns ein bisschen Spaß
Yeah,
haben.
now it's like stalemate.
Ziel erfasst.
He has a little bit of advantage, I would say now, because after he landed his very successful attack on me, he should have pushed further because he had the advantage. But I think he didn't do it because I was on the tower and he didn't want to risk it. And now he sees that he can basically send units like Ronin to attack me, and I can't effectively kill them. Yeah, now he landed one good attack. He landed one good Bravado Wetkin, but couldn't land his Utaro,
Mein Fürst.
and he pushed me basically back. Now it's a turning point of the game.
Ziel erfasst.
Yeah, as you can see, I don't have units that can effectively kill his Ronins, his Shinja, and he's going to destroy my. Yeah, I tried to sneak attack with my Utaro, but I failed. Basically, or let's say I couldn't hit the well like I wanted to hit because he saw it a little bit coming, and he also healed them very fast,
Für euch, mein Fürst.
and I lost my Utaro.
Ein paar Köpfe ein.
So schnell
And
ich
now
kann.
he's pushing back. And now he's pushing back.
Den Weg.
Yeah, this is Dust now. Dust is, let's say, yeah, Dust is basic now. A little bit mocking over there. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. He does that from time to time.
Schlange. Dauert nur einen
Ja.
Moment.
Yeah,
Ja, mein Fürst.
I better not comment on that. Like that, for me I am still friendly with Dust. It's just that sometimes if you play with him 1v1 or if you piss him off, he gives like sometimes he mocks you like that, but it's not a big deal. He's still a good guy.
Mein Fürst.
Ärgern wir
And
sie
now
ein
I think
wenig.
like
Lasst uns ein bisschen
maybe
Spaß haben.
I offended him a bit.
Natürlich, Herr.
But I have to concentrate again on my game.
Ja, Fürst. Natürlich, Herr. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
I have a disadvantage. He has advantage now. I'm at disadvantage because he pushed me back greatly.
I deserve better.
I think
Must
Dusk
I?
is referring to a comment I made on the change of Lotus Clan's the change on Soul Chill that was made in the current version 1.5.91.
Schon unterwegs,
Dusk, Dusk
Bewaffnet und
told
gefährlich.
or asked the developers to change the damage type of or the weapon type of Soul Chill from previously cutting to now magic, and many players, including me, don't like this change because it basically makes the makes Soul Chills, let's say, not useless, but much less useful than it was before. And I said in our group chat in our Discord group, I said whoever recommended that or asked the developers to change it that way is an idiot, and it turned out it was Dusk. And I think he's trying to it's a reference of that. Yeah. Now he did a nice attack on me. I tried to attack him back with Utaro, but I realized that Utaro alone won't win this game anymore because he has too many units and Utaro alone is not enough. I lost my Redkin, very sad, and he's now on a big advantage even now. I have to defend now. I disabled his Utaro at the right moment. And now I try to lure him into the mines. Yeah. He lost some geishas. He lost some units too. He steps on the mines. I try to lure. These were the mines I set in the beginning of the game. They were still there. Yeah. I stopped his attacks a little bit because I think he pushed a little bit too wide and he didn't push with his whole army. You can see the musketeers are on the musketeers of his units were at the back of his army, and now I can try to trample him, but my trample isn't that good because I didn't realize that I don't have even the trampling battle upgrade, because I always need yin yang points for my Zen Masters. Yeah, it seems like this game for me at this point, that if this continues like that, I'm going to lose. Yeah, I landed one successful battle Utaro combo, but it only killed like one unit or something like that from him, because while Utaro combo is great, you always need to pair it up with attacks from trampling or from cannon attack or what else. And as you can see, I can still land some hits on him, but he has more army, he has more geishas and horse. He has advantage now. So basically, if this game continues like that, I might lose.
Ja, mein Fürst. Natürlich, Herr. Schlange.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Natürlich, Herr. Ja, mein Fürst.
Weist mir den Weg.
Some zombies coming over there.
Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ich eile. Ja, Fürst.
Aufgeladen.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ich eile.
He's trying to push now. He's going to send his melee units, his tanky melee units first, so they are going to disable either mines or going to keep my army busy.
Unterwegs, Meister. Ich
Well,
eile. Ja, Fürst.
he's going to push. Then, if he sees an opening, he's going to use Redkin and then Utaro maybe and then trampling.
Schlange.
Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
I retowered here because I have to play defense mode now. And like I said in the beginning, I don't have any explosive units left anymore since my raiders got killed. And as you can see, I can't kill the spirit warriors successfully. It takes too much time.
I deserve better.
I could theoretically use Utaro combination of Utaro, but I simply don't want to waste such a successful battle gears against so non-important units like Spirit Warriors. This is why I made Raider again, and also Crossbowman with Weakness Bolt, which is very helpful.
Weist mir den Weg.
Lasst uns ein bisschen Spaß haben.
Yeah, he tries to keep me busy with his Spirit Warriors and tries to attack either my tower or my units.
Ich eile. Schlange, natürlich, Herr. So schnell ich kann.
Immer mit der Ruhe.
Auf geht's. Sofort.
Yeah, I disabled all his units, and I landed a successful attack on his I landed a successful Utaro on him. He lost like four units, but I also lost my Utara. So, but it was a nice move on my own. It shows I can still attack him. And now, yeah, and now I tried to trample him, and he trampled back, and I lost literally almost all of my horses on Geisha. It was a bad move. I mean, I don't mean the move I did with Utaro. That was a good move, but the fact that I tried to trample him, despite the fact that I didn't even have the trampling battle upgrade, was a bad move. I lost most of my Geishas, and at this point I know it's GG, in my opinion, because he has Geishas on horse while I don't have. I only have one left, and he has bigger army. If I wouldn't have lost most of my Geishas now, like I did like a minute before, I could have a chance to come back. And now he landed a not so successful Utaro combo. I also try to push again, but the problem is, even if I kill like 2 or 3 units of him, I don't have anything left anymore that I can attack with, other than Utaro, because I don't have Geishas and horse anymore. I don't have mass cannoniers anymore. He can keep my army busy with his melee, because they are tanky as fuck. And I don't have explosive for his Spirit Warriors and for his zombies and for his Shinja. I see again his Utaro. I try to kill her and kill her with weakness bolts, and he's going to send his Shinja to attack me. Now the problem arises that I don't have an effective way to deal with Shinja, because I don't have any explosive unit other than Raider, and he trampled me again. I couldn't. I landed a successful trampling, but I lost my Utaro in the end. No, my Utaro is survived, but Vetkin is badly injured. He did a very good trampling on me. I did a very good Utaro combo on him. His Vetkin is... Yeah, his Vetkin is dead.
Ja, Fürst.
Yeah, and this is basically how the game goes, how the game we play, the game that I'm playing with Dusk now, went for the most part. He landed very successful trampling attacks on my Geisha on horse and on my cannoneers, while he failed most of his Utaro and Redkin attacks on me. He failed most of his battle gears, like failed most of his bravado and Utaro combinations, while I failed most of my tramplings, and but I landed very successful Utaro and Redkin attacks. Let's see how the game is going to end. Yeah. this is also the problem I have. If his spirit warriors come, they keep me kind of busy, and maybe I use a poison dart, a paralyzed dart on them, which should be reserved for his heroes, for his Zen masters.
Ich diene nur
Because
euch, Meister.
normally the most important thing with paralyzed darts is to disable his key units like Wetkin, Utaro combo.
Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
I see a horse and I see I have to get more Gishas with horse out,
Bin schon unterwegs.
and he tries to deny my tower with spirit warriors.
Schnell ich kann. Schon unterwegs, Meister. Dauert nur einen Moment.
I have four young points. I should invest some young points for battle upgrades, which I don't make now. I think I try to reserve them in case I lose my heroes, for example.
Ja, Fürst.
I try to play safe now.
Ziel erfasst.
Retower.
Schon unterwegs, Meister. Ich eile.
Wie eine Viper.
Aufgeladen.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
Für euch,
Yeah, I
mein
have
Fürst.
again some horses now, some Gisha with horse, which is very important.
Must I?
Der Tod ist lautlos.
Weist mir den Weg. Macht ihn mal Feuer. Aufgeladen. Weist mir den Weg. Aufgeladen.
Ja, mein Fürst.
Schlange. Ja, mein Fürst. Natürlich, Herr. Ja, mein Fürst.
Seems like he is
Schnell
coming.
ich kann. Sofort.
Also, what Dusk should have done to me is he should have tried to burn down my base or buildings or my towers with his raiders. I didn't saw that he made many raiders.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Schurken. Ich eile.
Mein Gift wartet schon.
Ja, Meister.
Gehen wir.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
Immer mit der Ruhe.
Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
Okay, in Ordnung.
Schnell und sicher.
Schnell Feuer. Wie eine Viper.
Schießt sie ab. Bewaffnet und gefährlich.
Bin auf dem Weg. Ja, mein Fürst.
I try to catch his unit now. I'm going to bring out Shinja to kill his raiders.
Lasst uns ein bisschen Spaß haben.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
Wie ihr wünscht. In Ordnung.
Durchlöchert sie.
Sofort.
Feuer.
Bin auf dem Weg.
Schnell Feuer.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
Der Tod ist lautlos. Sofort. Ja, ich bin bereit. Bin feuerbereit.
Erledigt. Aufgeladen. Weist mir den Weg.
Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
Vorwärts. Für die Schlange.
Dauert nur einen Moment.
Aufgeladen. Must I?
Ich eile.
I caught his weapon.
Ich eile.
I deserve better. Must I? Natürlich.
And I went to his base and landed another successful trampling,
Sofort.
Must
but
I?
also I lost my heroes at the end.
Erledigt.
Ich diene nur euch,
I
Meister.
only could save Taro, sadly.
Weist mir den Weg.
Ich eile.
Gehen wir.
Für die Schlange. Must I?
Ich gehorche, mein Fürst.
Zermalmen sie.
I let my units caught in tower, and like
Ja, meine
I
Schlange.
lost my bandits sadly.
Der Sieg ist unser. Ziel
Now I have to back up back down because
Ich bin bereit.
Ja, Fürst. Schlange. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Zermalmen sie.
Bin feuerbereit.
Verstanden. Ziel erfasst.
Natürlich.
Aufgeladen. Schnell und sicher.
Sadly, I have no. Sadly, I have no bandage of paralyze darts anymore. So it means I can't paralyze him or his key units like Redkin.
I deserve better. Fine. Must I?
And and now he's basically at my base or the entrance of my base.
I deserve better. Must I?
Yeah.
Macht ihn mal Feuer.
I landed Utaro, but I didn't kill anything at the end because yeah, he's pointing it out. Thus had the HP upgrade for his geishas, and basically he has me now.
Schlange. Ja, mein Fürst. Schon unterwegs, Meister.
Verbreiten wir Chaos. Danke.
Ziel erfasst. Aufgeladen.
Ich gehorche, mein Fürst.
Wie eine Viper.
Lautlos wie ein Schatten.
Ja, meine Schlange. Ja, Meister.
He successfully disabled me
Mein Fürst.
now, and another good trampling hit from him.
Must I?
And now I know that the game is basically over. I tried to get the last hit against him.
Must I?
I got the hit, but it didn't kill anything at the end.
Ich diene nur euch, Meister.
Mein Gift wartet schon.
At this point, he's tried to burn me, tried to keep my units busy while burning my units. I tried to stop him.
Ich eile.
I deserve better.
Was immer ihr wünscht.
Must I? To hell with these dogs. I deserve better. The prince attacks.
I got another hit.
Is on.
I tried to kill as many units of him as possible.
Schützt den Clan.
I deserve better.
Der Sieg ist unser.
Fine.
Ja, mein Fürst. Ja, Fürst.
Must I? I deserve better.
Ja, mein Fürst. Ich diene nur euch, Meister.
Must I?
Ich gehorche, mein Fürst.
Now the game is over, I think.
Fürst.
I didn't fully give up because I never give up, but I think he has me now. I still have units left, I still have heroes left, but I think they're going to die now too. Okay, Utaro is going to die. I have no Wetkin anymore. Yeah, now
Geladen.
Für euch, mein Fürst.
I write good game,
Nur euch, Meister.
and the game is over basically, because he has me, although I retowered, he has me. Yeah,
Für die Schlange.
this is what,
Schützt den Clan.
yeah, Dusk is pointing out that that is what is good. It was a good game. It is true. It was a very good game. Another one-sided game. Both of us had moments where we had our chances to win the game and used or not used our chances. Like I said, to summarize it, Dusk did very well in landing his trampolines. He did very well. He oftentimes killed my cannoneers, which I let too much in the open, and he also but he failed many of his bravado and his Utaro, while I, on the other hand, failed most of my trampolines with my geishas, and didn't. I let too many cannoneers die in the opening. I didn't protect them. But I, on the other hand, I landed very good and many times very good bravado and Utaro combinations, and I successfully disabled his Zen Masters. Yeah, and now Dusk is pointing out a fact that I didn't know, because I thought after as you know, when you as you build more huts, the spawn rate of peasants is going to grow faster. But I thought that 8 huts was the maximum, and after 8 huts, the spawn rate of peasants isn't increased anymore. But he's pointing out that it actually is. I also he's pointing out that I didn't have enough huts. The reason I thought that 8 huts is capped, it is capped at 8 huts, is because I saw a video of Comicosa, which is one of the BR developers that stepped down this year, sadly. He said that it will be capped at 8 huts, and I remembered this, but it seems like it wasn't the case, and now I understand that also one of the mistakes is I should have built more huts. As you can see, it was a good game, and now it's over.